It's the Scars and Strikes pre-match show. The Lady Night gets set to take on City FC here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Sydney and Henry with you from the bench as we get ready for this afternoon's match. Feels weird, Henry, being here at 4:30 in the afternoon or 3:30 in the afternoon for 4:30 in the afternoon match, but here we are, a afternoon affair at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Are you ready? Maybe take yourself off mute. Think you're on mute. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Bit of a team
I was
effort
on
here.
mute. Yeah, but we're figuring it out now. And yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think the good news of this being kind of an afternoon match is that we all get to go home a little earlier. So yeah, we'll see, man. Hopefully the soccer is better than it has been, but yeah, we're here once again for our second to last home game of the
Yes.
season.
I feel like I was telling you before the match, well, not before the match, but before we came on here. It's been a long season, but I feel like it's gone by just so quickly. Like we're already, like you said, here on the I think what the 30th match of the season, 30th, 34. Like you said, the second to last year at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's just crazy how things have kind of flown by, and before you know it, right, we'll be preseason for 2026. Hopefully, much better 2026 than 2025. If you're just joining us, if you're not aware, LA United is eliminated from the playoffs. So there's that. In case you weren't fully aware of the situation, right, Henry? Got to remind folks what's going on here.
Yeah, and it's not
Kind of
like
doing our duty.
it's no longer like it's really difficult or whatever. No, it's
Yeah.
literally mathematically they are out. So this
Yep.
game for Atlanta means very little, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Um, if anything, it's preseason for 2026.
Right.
This is the time to really try out some folks that maybe haven't gotten a whole lot of reps at the first team level. Trying to figure out who your reliable core players are going to be going into 2026, and yeah,
Yeah.
I guess we're going to see some of that today. Hopefully, I don't know, man. I'm staring at this lineup. Do you just want to get into it?
Yeah. Let's get into the lineup. Bartosz Slisz back, of course. One big change to tell you about: Juan Bergal is in the lineup instead of Mihai. Mihai. Mihai is available for selection, as is Latte Latte is back in the lineup after missing several past few weeks with a hamstring. Bartosz Slisz back in the lineup after missing the last match due to a yellow card accumulation. Everything else the same, pretty much. Jerry up top, Saba and Miggy on the wings, Nurchuk midfield, Elzate starting again for Lady United, then back line, Amador Gregerson, Dero Gal, as you mentioned, Hernandez, and then Jaden Hibbert. Guess what's your reaction to the lineup?
It's disappointing to me, honestly.
Why is that?
Look, I literally just said it, didn't I? I said this is a match that doesn't really matter. If you're playing for pride, fine, you're playing for pride. But this is now the time to start trying out players that don't get a whole lot of reps at the first team level, at the MLS level. This is the time to run out your Nick Sussex. This is the time to run out your Cooper Sanchez, your
Yeah.
Dominic Chonquis, so on and so forth, your Cayman Togashis. And I, this is a mostly first choice 11. And it just disappoints me a little bit, especially because in the last match, I highlighted this even in my column. In the last match, we saw how effective Miguel Almiron was at the 10, how good
Right.
he was, how creative he was. He was making things happen. He was creating chances. And you've gone back to Alexei Moranchuk at the 10. And I insist, I do not think
Right.
that he is this team's best option at the number 10. I don't think he's nearly creative enough to play that position. And I think, frankly, it's just a waste. And especially, I think the worst part is that you're seeing Miguel Maroon on the left side.
Yeah.
Like, the whole reason you have Ronald Hernandez is to create that that pairing with Miguel Almiron, Ronald Hernandez on the right side, on the same side. Now you have them on two completely different sides. So you're not even really taking advantage of that link. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at the very least, I'm happy with seeing a midfield that doesn't include Tristan Miyumba. Uh, I'm interested to see how the Berrocal Gregerson center back pairing work. Mihai was very much at fault for quite a few of the things that happened last time out against Columbus. He was the one that gave away the ball for that first Columbus goal. And I think, you might as well try Berrocal out, see what he can give you. Everything else is fairly straightforward. There's no way you're moving Tiare after the game that he had. Um, but yeah, my main gripe with this lineup is that
It's,
Alexei Miranchuk is back at the 10.
yeah.
I thought that Miguel Almiron did enough to show that he is the guy that should be at the 10 for this team. And I am utterly disappointed that we're falling right back to where we were before and not even trying different things. Again,
So
this doesn't
yeah.
matter. This does not matter. Put Miggy at the 10, guys, please, man.
So Brett saying, what are we supposed to learn from this lineup? So I sort of agree with you. Like, yeah, put out your younger players and you'll see what they can do. I mean, Luke Brennan is even in the lineup, in the 11, I should say. You have Cooper Sanchez on the bench. You have, um, I was going to say, John Key. John Key is not in the lineup. I assume he's in North Carolina with the twos for the Metro against Crown Legacy at 7 tonight. Um, so, I mean, you have Leo Alfonso as well, who's barely gotten any time with the team. So, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of with you. Just mix it up a little bit. I mean, you're playing for pride, really, at this point. Like you said, it's a meaningless match. Move some pieces around and see what the kids can do.
That's a
Right?
good point from Brett too. Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, what do you learn from this lineup?
Yeah.
I mean, you learn, I guess, that does Juan Barracol work in a center back pairing with Gregerson and potentially with Mihai if we see that substitution in the second half. Um, Everything else is pretty much the same. So
Yeah.
I'm again, I'm just disappointed. I don't think this is the right lineup for this type of
Right.
game, for this point in the season where this team is. Uh, I, I just think, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to like, what we want to try? We want to give our fans, maybe the 20 fans that come today something to see. Uh, you put out a
30,
full strength. You
40.
put out a full strength 11 last week and got the brakes beaten off of
Yeah.
you in the first half. Like this game doesn't even matter anymore. So what can we expect really?
Yeah.
I don't like this lineup and I really don't have anything to look forward to because it's a lot of the same that we have seen throughout this entire season.
So I mean, I looked at Latte Lot again, available for selection. I, I don't know if he plays today, to be honest with you. I mean, unless it's
I
like
wouldn't play him.
15 to 20 minutes because it's a hamstring. Those are always tricky to come back from. So I think he just remains on the bench. You have Togashi, of course. I mean, what can you learn from? I mean, what can you learn about? I guess if you're going to be a Latte Lot, you do it, just to give him try to get his confidence back, see if he gets on the score sheet. But again, hamstrings are always tricky, so you want to be just very careful with him. Sort of going to your point about Miranchuk at the 10. Dan said he signed the 27 with the option to 2028, so it's like he's not going anywhere. That is true that he is signed for the next few years here, but I think you have to ask yourself at the end of the season. I mean, is this a player that you could move? I don't want to get too much in the territory because you know it's a larger discussion, but yeah, I think the consensus between the two of us is, why do you play this lineup when really there's nothing you really can prove with whoever's out there.
Yeah, that's the crux of it all. Is that this is a first choice lineup for a game that doesn't matter. And one of the first look, it's not a good thing that Atlanta was eliminated with 5 games remaining on the calendar. But if there's any good coming out of it, it's that you get 5 games
Yeah,
at the MLS level to try out players that you are experimenting, that you're trying to
yeah,
see if they can be reliable for you going forward. Come December, there are going to be some contracts expiring. There are going to be some folks that some decisions will have to be made about who's going to remain on this roster, who's not. And we're not going to dive into that right now, but there are several names that they have to seriously consider. And some that we really need to see play a little bit more to make that determination.
right,
Some that we don't need to see any
right,
more of at all.
yeah,
But man, I really do want to see some of these folks that have not gotten a whole lot of minutes get the chance between now and decision day, because that is your best look, your best competitive look at these players with the minimal risk. Because preseason isn't the same.
right,
Preseason, you face what? Chattanooga FC and Birmingham Legion, and then maybe a couple of closed doors
yeah,
with other MLS clubs that are also trying things out. Now, you are going against one of the teams going for the Supporters Shield. I understand the psychology of, we want to beat them.
yeah,
This isn't how you beat them, man. I mean, we've seen it last week. That was not how you beat a team, right? So
right,
my thing is, you might as well give these reps to players who need them. That's my
yeah.
thing. I think we kind of agree on this. This is not what we were expecting for where this team is, and yeah, we'll see what happens. But even a win, it's like, does it even matter? What does it say about this team? Maybe a couple of good performances, and you rescue that from this. But other than that, not really a whole lot to take from the game.
So does this change anything prediction wise? Hey, what was your prediction again? I forget. What was it?
I don't even
Forget
think
what
I
you
gave a
said.
prediction. I don't even think I gave a prediction,
Yeah,
but I'll say 3-0.
three
San
nothing.
Diego.
I
San
think I
Diego.
said I think I said 3-1 San Diego. I mean, just the golf and class between San Diego and Atlanta United is pretty significant. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Atlanta can win this match at all, or will this win this match at all. Um,
No, they won't.
you have
Because there's a hungry San Diego side
yeah,
against
play for the Shield.
playing for the Shield. Atlanta,
Yeah,
this doesn't look like a team that will do anything different than what it has been
yeah,
doing for most of the season. And with Moranchuk at the 10, I just don't trust that this team can create enough quality opportunities to get on the score sheet and to outscore a team
yeah,
that has been on fire and has a supporters or no sorry an MVP
yeah,
contender
yeah.
in
Dreyer.
Andres Dreyer.
Yeah,
That's the duel that we're going to see is Dreyer going up
yeah.
against Pedro Amador. And
It's
Amador's
gonna be
not bad,
that's gonna be
but
interesting. Yeah,
that's going to be something to watch for. And Barakal
yeah,
also is on that side. So Barakal and Amador, they're both going to be really, really tested on that side.
yeah.
And don't forget about, and here's my thing too, the other side isn't much better because you have Chucky Lozano
Right.
going against Ronald
Got to
Hernandez.
pick
And
your poison there to some extent, I guess.
Ronald Hernandez might give you some advantages in offense when paired with Miguel Almiron. That isn't even the case this time around. So I don't know what he's going to give you. I don't think he pairs as well with Saba, personally.
Hmm.
And on defense, I think
Yeah,
he's more of a liability.
yeah,
Like he's had several occasions where, there are goals conceded because of mistakes that he makes at the back, because he's losing his markers or because he's marking ghosts on the field.
right.
It doesn't make sense. So that is a big worry for me with this team, and that's why I think this is going to be another beatdown. That San Diego's going
Yeah.
to come in here, get all 3 points, and it's not going to be pretty for Atlanta.
Well, I think if Atlanta doesn't concede 5 times in the first half, I think that'll be a sign of significant progress on their part.
That's a big if,
Yeah,
considering the quality of
right.
opponent. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
last week was against a Columbus that wasn't even near the top of the Supporters Shield. This is the
Yeah,
team that is
that
first in
is
the West,
second in the Supporters Shield
second in the
standings.
Shield, off by like
Just
one
by
or
the end
2
of the day.
points. Like this is buckle up, folks.
Well, I mean, we're assuming it'll be a little bit better. We're assuming they concede just 3 goals today, so I feel like that's progress. what else you got? Do you have anything else to add, or think we were pretty much at time here?
Yeah. Last thing I'll add is just more of I want to see I want to see new guys. I want to see new faces. Give me Cooper Sanchez in the
Yeah.
second half. I know you're look, Ronnie Dyla, listen to me, bro. I know you're gonna play Tristan Liam, but you are gonna want to, but just don't do it, man.
Right.
You don't have to. It isn't signed in blood that you have to play him every game. You can play
That we know
others.
of.
You can play others. I promise you, nothing bad will happen. Well, maybe something bad will happen.
Right.
So I want to see him, man. I want to see
Yeah.
Togashi. I want to see Leo Alfonso. See what
Yeah.
he has. I'm not expecting him to be like the next Neymar or anything, but just
Right.
let's see what he's got. You signed him.
Or the next
I'm waiting.
Under Dreyer.
Yeah, you've signed him. We might as well see what he's got, what he has to offer. It might be better than what you have already. You
Yeah.
don't know. So yeah, I just want to see something new. If things just aren't really working out by the time like the 60th minute rolls around.
Right. Scars and Spikes.com is where you can find our coverage of the match, after the match, takeaways, um, reaction, recap, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube for the first time, definitely like, subscribe, share our content if you haven't already. We'll be back with our 3 takeaways after the match. Tommy will have spaces on X, Scars, the letter N, Spikes, showing us on extra spaces afterwards. And follow me at SH Wrights, Henry S. at ATL Pilgrim, HA Higita on all social media platforms. We'll see you next time. Enjoy the match.